So Spain has finally captured Utrecht from the Netherlands, and now she's only left with 2 foreign cities in Iberia. This could be kind of a beginning domino effect, where Isabella finally starts to kind of blob out here. Now, keep in mind, Utrecht wasn't an amazing city. Like, it's a good defensive location, especially from defending against France. Obviously, the AIs had a really tough time from taking Utrecht away from the Netherlands. I guess, yeah, the AI, Spain, and France, because they both attempted to take this location away from William, and it was always a disaster every single time. Just now, I think finally the units are strong enough, and probably Utrecht had fallen behind in terms of city defense, where Isabella, I think I would say she got pretty lucky. The Spanish paratrooper was in the yellow health. I mean, I guess she could have used this Spanish cavalry, but whatever. Nonetheless, I do think that we're gonna see a Spanish-Switzerland war. I guess a Spanish-Swiss war very soon. And that is going to be a lot tougher, I think, obviously for Isabella. She's going to have to attack from the north and the south, and obviously Switzerland has a lot more units than I think the Netherlands had. I don't think the Netherlands really had anything protecting Utrecht. Maybe like 1 or 2 units, nothing that much, but yeah, no, Switzerland is much more... I don't know, got a much bigger military. I think it's because, in their capital, well, there's actually still room. I was going to say in their capital, they've already have enough units to defend it, so they're trying to defend other locations, a part of Europe, a part of their other European territories. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm just trying to estimate what the AI is doing. That's never a good idea. Let's be honest. Whenever you try to figure out logically what the AI is doing, it always ends in a disaster. Another very key AI, another very key nation that we need to kind of keep an eye open on, I guess, is Scotland. And yes, I'm trying to use my favorite word, key, again, because I don't know why. I like it, and I stopped saying it for a while because I used to say it too much. So Scotland... because the Celts and England are at war, Scotland has a good opportunity of maybe going to war with someone from the south, someone to their south. And I think it would be England. I think. I'm not 100% about it, but it just seems like it'd be smarter. The thing is, Scotland's very... I don't know. They don't know what the heck they're doing, it looks like. I mean... It looks like most of their troops, they have a ton of troops in Norway, in modern-day Norway. I call this region Norway because that's what it is. It's modern-day Norway, but not according to this map. It makes me think that they want to attack Norway, and that's fine, I guess. That's probably a good idea, because it looks like Norway doesn't really have the units to defend, obviously. If they can somehow manage to avoid the mountains and avoid, like, a disaster, you know what I mean, a disastrous... offensive move here for the siege of their capital, then yeah, that would work. The problem is that, right now England is going to be, England and the Celts are going to be weaker than they've ever been before. And it depends, though. I mean, that might be an overstatement. That might not actually happen, but I don't know, because it all depends on how much they continue to engage each other. They seem like they've kind of stopped, but I don't know. Let's watch them here in this turn. It does seem like they've somewhat slowed down their battles here, unless they've already pieced out, maybe I'm mistaken. Did they already piece out? Elizabeth, what are you going to do? Are you going to attack that frigate? Even if they did piece out, though, yes, they did piece out. Whoops. Well, I apologize. There still is an opportunity here for them to go after it. Because, like I said, this is probably the point where England's been the weakest she has been, and at this point, if Elizabeth continues to get time, she is going to pump out more and more units. With her 2 new cities inside of continental Europe, that's big. That's big time. Now you're talking about production-wise. I mean, strictly production-wise, Elizabeth should be able to keep up with Scotland. So that would be... You need to be careful. Because Scotland only has 5 cities, and let's be honest, this city probably doesn't have the best in terms of production, because these sea tiles aren't providing anything in terms of hammers. So yeah, I think Elizabeth could pump out almost the same amount of troops. Scotland's probably not really worried about pumping out troops because they've got such a large military as it is, but I don't know. All I know is that Scotland needs to go to war with somebody. Even if it isn't Elizabeth or England or the Celts, they need to go to war with Norway, or even Denmark. I mean, use your navy. You got to do something, though. You're way too powerful. But maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to be chill. I mean, go to war with Iceland. I mean, be careful, because Iceland's a freaking beast over here. But I'm just saying that they've got to go to war with somebody. Even the Netherlands, honestly. At this point, the Netherlands might not be a terrible idea. Let's kind of view around the map, see if there's anything else going on. There's plenty of things that are going on, but I kind of wanted to take some time out to talk about Spain for a bit, talk about Scotland for a bit. I know that Bulgaria is at war with Sweden. There's a few enemies, a few smaller powers at war with Sweden because Sweden is down to just a handful of tiles, honestly. One city and about, like, what is this? 11 tiles. So, yeah, because I guess he's been getting eaten away by Harald in Copenhagen, throwing down these citadels, which was a messed up move. I think, if anything, maybe Denmark's going to try to move in here. Although Denmark seems like they've got a pretty low military. We've been keeping an eye on this region of the map too. Love the look of this region with Poland, Hungary, and Germany all kind of blobbing out. Lots of units, not really doing much with them. I think we could see maybe a wombo combo attack from both Germany and Hungary against Poland. Maybe. That might not be the case. You never know. Remember, Poland lost a ton of their troops a while ago to a very, very terrible attack on the Netherlands. That was just a disaster. That was just disastrous AI there. But they did just build the Manhattan Project, so there you go. They could maybe do something with that. Now, there's a limited amount of uranium resources, and actually, it seems like you guys are pretty divided about this. My personal opinion about, like, limited strategic resources, I absolutely love it. I love limited strategic resources because it takes away, like, I personally don't like it when the AI all has uranium or when they all have oil or whatever it is, because it doesn't make it very fun. I like it even if I don't have uranium. It's more fun if there's only, like, if I'm playing a standard game with 8 civs, if there's only like 3 nations that can build nukes, that's realistic to me. You know what I mean? That's real life. You know what I mean? I don't want everyone to be able to build nukes, and it kind of worked out this way for this particular AI only map where there was a limited amount of strategic resources, and I like it. It does give an advantage, a randomized advantage to some of the nations. Like for example, if Egypt. Now I know that Egypt has uranium. But but for a while there, for a second, they didn't. And that kind of evens the playing field, because I know the Hittites did. The Hittites did up north. Yeah, there it is right there. So it would have evened the playing field. This is probably not the best example to use, but I'm just saying it was just kind of a random advantage, and it worked out. It was going to work out. Now Egypt has just been kind of blowing up the Middle East, and they've really grabbed a whole bunch of uranium. They've taken out the Sumer. They've taken out the Armenians. And again, we don't need to mention the Middle East in this map is amazingly intense. There's a big old Cold War going on. We have Byzantium, we have Russia, we have the Hittites, we have Egypt. So, I mean, it's a really, really entertaining part of the map. So you have the embargo of Bulgaria that Hungary's trying to pass, and then Venice is actually trying to take away the embargo of France. That's very nice of you, Venice. It's very nice of you. So yeah, anyways, that's my opinion on the limited amount of strategic resources. I personally really like it in these AI-only battles, and I really like it in my own Civ 5 single-player campaigns. It just seems so much more realistic, and yeah. Also, I don't know if we mentioned this, but Sung has complete control over Northwest Africa, almost complete control. I mean, there's Spain and England that's still here. I forgot about the English Nottingham city that is a new colony of Africa. I'm still waiting for maybe Songhai to attack these Europeans, but I think if anything, Askia might be thinking about attacking Carthage. There are a few nations that are trying to, I think they're plotting against Carthage. I have been noticing spies kind of plotting against Carthage. I know that for sure Egypt said that they were. They were. Spain and the Netherlands have made peace. Just wanted to make sure that Spain didn't grab any cities in a peace deal away from William. I wouldn't have been surprised to see something like that. Man, Germany, you've got a lot of forces, and the thing that's really key, I'm gonna add it in here too, is that they've got artillery units, and AIs are pretty good, pretty good. Not gonna say that they're really good, but they're pretty good at using artillery. It's a lot easier. There's 3 tiles away. They're smarter at building artillery. So they could do a lot of damage. They could do a lot of damage no matter where they wanted to go towards. And Denmark might be a very good choice. So yeah, France was, unfortunately for Venice, not repealed. Their embargo was not repealed, I should say. And then, yeah, Bulgaria is now embargoed, just like everybody else. Everybody in this map is being embargoed. It's pretty crazy. But that's also kind of a normal thing, too. I'm thinking it might be Poland that could be doing the final death blow to Sweden. But if they were to do that, again, they're kind of in the heart of Europe. They'd be pissing off a lot of other nations surrounding them. A lot. So they need to be careful. Yep, that is it right there. Bismarck decided to declare war on heralds. This was a really good choice, and honestly, this might be really, really bad. If Zurich falls, I don't think Herald has anything else. I mean, they need to start sending over. They don't have any land units in Copenhagen. They've got naval units, which is smart. They kind of need that. I understand that. Being so close to Norway and a very powerful Scotland, this is bad. This is big. If Germany doesn't mess this up, and Germany tends to be a pretty smart AI, it's so weird. Almost every one of these AI-only campaigns, Germany always does, like, weirdly... They're very weirdly successful, like, all the time. I could easily see them grab 2 cities here. These are 2 really important cities to grab as well. You're talking about a new border with, well, you're talking about more of a border with the capital of Switzerland, which is pretty important because Switzerland, they're okay. They're not doing bad. Don't get me wrong. They're not doing bad, but, you know, I think with a massive German force, yeah, more than likely the Swiss capital would fall, as well as a new border with France would really help them out. They could go after England, potentially. I mean, they would get a lot of other choices. I don't know exactly what they're going to try to attack. They could be trying to go up north. I mean, I don't know. I thought they'd go after Zurich, but maybe not. Theodore is plotting against Austria. Yeah, Austria is not doing so well. There's a couple of nations that aren't doing so well. There's a couple, like one city, like I think the Sumer, Greece, Sweden. I think Austria has 1 or 2 cities. The Ottomans, but actually, surprisingly enough, there's not that many. It seems like we have a lot of that in these AL-only campaigns, like where no one is willing to actually do the final blow. But in this campaign, it seems like it is turn 400, so there's been quite a long time for people to destroy some of the one-city nations. All right, so this needs to be Denmark's last stand here. This really is going to need to be Denmark's last stand. And actually, Germany isn't being super aggressive here. This could maybe backfire. Hungary and the Netherlands now piecing out. I mean, maybe we see Hungary capitalize on a German force that's mainly predominantly focusing in on Denmark in the west, and then bam, after they lose a few units, they try to move in towards Vienna. Now, remember, Hungary's empire is separated from the Western and Eastern Hungarian Empire. The Eastern Hungarian Empire isn't very... It's not the best. It's got some population, but there's not that many military units. This is where the main focus is, obviously, where Budapest lays, right there. Boom, right next to Vienna. So, I don't know. This is definitely going to mean something, because whenever Germany gets involved into a war, you have to start considering nations around them. Whether it's the war that Germany declared war on, I guess the nation the nation that Germany declared war on, or if it's Germany themselves, you have to start considering, like, who else could get involved here? Just because these nations border so many others. I could see it where, and it really depends. I mean, Germany's got to start taking out units. They need to take out at least 1 unit here. Or else, if not, or 2. You know what I mean? Something. I didn't see anything. I'm seeing a lot of movement, and I'm actually seeing Bismarck lose more units than anything else. I think we've counted Bismarck losing 1 unit. Oh, Germany. And I just got done talking about how I thought the AI for Germany seems to be pretty successful. I mean, this was a smart war. Don't get me wrong, this was a really smart war. But if the AI is going to be dumb and not navigate their troops or their units the right way, then yeah, this is going to be disastrous. And you're talking about Hungary or Poland capitalizing. Maybe not so much Poland. Poland is still rebuilding. And they've got a lot of rebuilding to go, even. The Netherlands and the Goths. So most people are giving the Netherlands peace. For now, at least, they are. Egypt looking pretty big and crazy over here in the corner. Just looked at that massive amount of yellow color. Lots of yellow in the southeast of this map. Oh man, this could be really bad. I didn't realize how bad this could be for Germany. At first, I thought, okay, this is going to be pretty successful. Although. Now, one good thing, and it looks like this might be happening, Harold might look at take his units and actually attack Hamburg. Hamburg, without any units at all, without any German units, could defend itself. With the river, with it located on... It's not actually located on a hill tile. I thought it was. But I just don't think that, even with all these units, Hamburg's not going to get taken. With 93 city defense, I don't think so. Oh, these barbarians are going to cause some trouble, though. But if Denmark just moves all these units down south, that will make the German AI a lot easier, a lot more successful when attacking either Zurich. I don't know where they're going. They're not even going after Danish cities. So I don't know exactly what they want to siege. I don't know if they're trying to go just towards Copenhagen. Obviously, that would be a pretty big mistake if they were going to try to go through the Baltic Sea and embark, especially with the Danish naval units in the Baltic Sea. I mean, that's going to be bad. Oh, yes, I forgot about this. That's right. The Northern German Empire in the Baltic State region. So, yeah, but here's the thing, is that Bismarck does have a destroyer and a frigate. I'm not sure how long that's going to help them, especially as Denmark continues to reinforce. I completely forgot about this part. Yeah, because, Frankfurt is coastal, and that's a city with 19 population, only 65 city defense. This could be bad. I completely forgot about this. But, so, yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on all this stuff. It does look like Germany is going to actually just try to go and defend their territory. They declared this war. This was an offensive war by you, Bismarck. What are you doing? Don't go on the ropes. Don't get pushed back to the ropes. I guarantee you he's going to get open border. Well, he doesn't have open borders through Polish territory just yet. So we'll see. We'll see if he's going to make that mistake. And we'll see if Denmark tends to capitalize if they do. They could. I don't think that this small force is going to be able to take Hamburg. I don't think it's going to be able to take over anything, to be honest. Not at least in kind of this part of Germany. Maybe in Frankfurt. Although it's a very small range of operation, these tiles here. Very small there to use and to capitalize to attack Frankfurt. Okay, so they're starting to spread out their units, and Germany, I don't know what they're doing. They're just watching over Berlin. So maybe, you know what might happen if this is successful. If this is successful in defending Frankfurt and destroying a lot of Harold's troops, then we might see all those units that are near Berlin begin a second offensive. Right now, it looks like the AI is kind of going into defense mode. They feel like, I'm not winning this war like I thought I was. Let's go in defense mode and protect my capital. That's what it looks like, kind of, since they're surrounding Berlin at least. We have Milan adopting autocracy. And there are a few more units, so Germany has a few more artillery units, and those are actually pretty good units to defend since they can, shoot from 3 tiles away and stuff like that. I really hope that, so most literate people, not me. We have Egypt taking the first place spot, Catherine not too far behind with 1 technology behind, actually. Spain doing surprisingly well. I didn't realize Spain was so good in technology. I knew that they were disappointing. Though I knew that Isabella was kind of disappointing in her because she just started off so fast, so big, so fast. But yeah, no, I guess she's done a pretty good job at keeping up in technology. Theodora tied in 3rd place with 62 technologies. Poland, the Hittites, in 4th place with 61, and Scotland here it was 60 technologies. Everyone else, it does seem like they're starting to lag behind. There seems to be a bigger and bigger gap between those top 3 or 4 spots and everybody else. So that's going to be a big issue going into turn 400. Some of those powerful, technologically advanced nations are going to be able to capitalize on that particular information. So technology is a big deal, especially towards the later parts. So banning of marble and world's religion of Buddhism. Let's go ahead and check on religion. It's been a while since we've checked on religion, I think. I don't remember. It must be, I must be in a while. So this might get passed. I know that Hungary has been trying to pass this for a while. The problem is that I think that Hungary has obviously a lot of cities following Buddhism, but overall, they're in empires that are just like a few empires. You know what I mean? Like they're in empires with a lot of cities, but there's only a handful of empires that actually are Buddhists. Some of the smaller empires in Western Europe, they're not following Buddhism, so they're not, voting, obviously. So there's more smaller nations that aren't following the Hungarian religion. The Celts and Norway are tied with Hinduism and Catholicism both bringing in 23 cities following their respective religions. Bulgaria still is in a far away 3rd place spot, and then Arabia, well, Mecca because was taken by Egyptians, so yeah. And I guess the Judaism's gone because of the fall of Venice. So let's go to the next turn. And we're 100 turns away now. 100 turns away. Whoa! Look at Rome. Look at Rome actually moving through Gothic territory to attack Bulgaria. Now, that would be an interesting pickup for them. It would definitely make the borders a lot uglier. And also, you can pretty much guarantee we're going to see a Gothic-Roman war, which, would be, I wouldn't mind that for, a Gothic-Roman war in 1980 AD. That would be, to say the least, kind of interesting to watch. What is Theodora thinking? What is she doing? Denmark and Greece? Wait a second. Oh, okay, okay. I was wondering if that was going to be a coalition against Denmark that was forming up. No. It's actually a small coalition against Greece since they're weak. This might be, I think Carthage might grab a hold of this, potentially. Remember, Greece is really far in technology, although Carthage isn't doing much better either. But I think what could ultimately happen is Askia could capitalize in southern Carthage if she loses enough units. I'm surprised that Greece has gotten up this many units. I mean, they're not gonna go down without a pretty big fight, whether it's naval or not. Although, yeah, that's true. Carthage wouldn't even have to deal with any sort of land battles because I think that she won't. She's got a lot of naval units, and if she sends all these guys down, then yeah, she should be able to blow up these frigates. Well, maybe not. I mean, they're the same technically. They don't have a destroyer or a battleship. That would have made it a lot easier. So they don't have anything from like the modern era that they could utilize. But still, obviously, it should kind of heavily favor. It should heavily favor Carthage. What's going on with Germany? Germany, you still being dumb? You somewhat are, although at the same time, you are destroying units. But Harold's coming with some reinforcements, some cannon reinforcements from the north. I'm not sure if they're coming from Copenhagen. It looks like it. Frankfurt is under siege by land units, and this destroyer. Okay, so I think that these destroyers are really helping them out because Denmark doesn't have any like super modern ships. That's why these destroyers, I think, are being able to defend so well. Oh, well, they just lost something. Okay, well, the first destroyer has been destroyed. There's still a frigate, though. There's still artillery units. These Danish land units seem to have retreated. There's a lot more before, or they might have been destroyed. I'm not sure. I might have overlooked that when they were attacked. Russia, are you going to continue to expand or what? You might need to, especially if you're thinking about an Egyptian war at some point. Let's see how Carthage is doing. Looks like Carthage is starting to send over more and more. Oh, they've already destroyed everything. Holy crap, they've already destroyed all of the Greek fleet. Wow. There you go. Don't even waste your time with all the land units. Don't even put them out there in harm's way. You're going to be fine. You are totally going to be fine. It looks like it. The thing is, though, you got to watch for Songhai, and you also got to watch for Rome. Although Rome is in a pretty far away battle against Bulgaria, they're going to have a tough time doing this, though. Theodora launched a sneak attack against another civ. Oh my gosh, who is that for? Where's the sneak attack against? Here they are. Boom. So who's that going to be against? I'm thinking Rome. It could be Rome. I don't see where else it could be. Or it could be Greece, I guess. That would be disappointing if it was Greece. Although, I mean, it would be a good pickup for Byzantium to go after. It'd be a good pickup for Carthage, too. Almost anyone could really benefit from the city. It's a good location. Egypt, Rome, Byzantium. They're all, like, pretty, good cities to... a good location for any of these empires to take. Russia's built the Manhattan Project. We have the Ottomans piecing out with Iceland and Scotland. Ideology adopted. Austria adopting autocracy. 2 autocracies so far in this video. All right, Carthage, what you going to do now? You have complete control now over the northern parts of this final Greek city. And there's actually not that many range. The Gatling gun can attack you, but that's it. Oh, and there's a cannon unit, too. And land units are going to help out from the west. So not sure when, and I'm not sure how bloody it might be for Dido, but yeah, she might be destroying Greece here. That's for sure. 2 bombers and a fighter for Spain inside of northern Africa. Seems like actually, geez, there's just, I don't know why Spain has not built units. I feel like Iberia should just be filled with units right now, but it's totally not. It is totally not. Everything seems to be the exact same in Berlin. I don't see many units that Germany has lost. Looks like it's all about the same. Let's check on Frankfurt, actually. Boom. Yeah, I mean, they're still defending. They're still somewhat defending. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.